In early 2026, a study by King's College London gained international attention for a startling result. In simulations of global crises, large language models reached for the nuclear trigger 95% of the time. This research resonates because it mirrors a cultural trope established in the 1950s, the invisible boy or Skynet scenario, where a machine autonomously decides to initiate a strike. Actual nuclear command architectures rely on physical firewalls. This flowchart shows the air-gapped human nodes standing between sensor data and a launch command. These nodes are legally mandated by the 2025 Defense Act, a policy echoed in agreements between Biden and Xi. Authoritarian and democratic leaders alike possess a fundamental self-preservation instinct that precludes handing their ultimate authority over to an algorithm. In China, the chairman responsibility system codifies that this decision rests solely with the general secretary. The structural reality suggests that AI will start a nuclear war by mathematically and psychologically trapping a human into the decision. Military AI investment is currently concentrated on dynamic, conventional battlefield challenges. Conventional warfare requires tracking a needle in a moving haystack, identifying individual vehicles, and optimizing logistics in real time. Strategic nuclear strikes, by contrast, target pre-mapped static locations. We saw this application in the 2026 Iran-US conflict, where US and Israeli forces used AI to manage targeting cycles for tens of thousands of individual strikes over multiple months. Operational efficiency and speed drive this integration. Militaries prioritize these dynamic logistical equations over the automation of the nuclear threshold. The threat emerges when these high-speed conventional algorithms destabilize the informational environment surrounding the human commander. Global powers increasingly view the AI race in binary, winner-takes-all terms. Historically, nations maintained stable deterrence, even while trailing significantly. During the Cold War, a 16% warhead count was sufficient to maintain equilibrium. But the AI capability curve suggests even a minor technical deficit results in a total loss of strategic agency. To avoid this deficit, nations are making massive capital investments in the specialized semiconductor hardware required for frontier model development. This desperation to maintain parity incentivizes the premature deployment of untested or unsafe algorithmic systems. The pursuit of absolute security through AI actively engineers deep geopolitical insecurity, placing every actor on a hair trigger. AI systems marketed as tools for battlefield clarity are generating a new digital fog of war. The OODA loop, observe, orient, decide, act, is the framework for all military decision-making. Adversaries are now flooding the observe and orient phases with automated disinformation, deepfakes, and spoofed satellite data. The People's Liberation Army, for example, is pursuing intelligentized warfare, specifically designed to break an opponent's intelligence and distort their sense of reality. This external deception is compounded by internal self-deception, such as algorithmic hallucinations and biases inherent in training data. Models trained on counterinsurgency data, or the open internet, fail unpredictably when they are applied to the novel, high-stakes environment of peer-to-peer conflict. World leaders are forced to dictate their geopolitical posture based on these invisible, often corrupted data streams. Their rivals operate under the same layers of data blindness and paranoia. Because the interaction between two independent military AIs is untested, a direct confrontation introduces a high probability of catastrophic miscalculation. Leaders must now make survival decisions based on an artificially engineered, highly distorted reality. The ultimate destabilizing factor is machine speed operation. During the Cold War, the nuclear command window spanned roughly 30 minutes. This provided time to verify a sensor reading and consult with allies before making a decision. This compression reduces the time a commander has to react to single digits. The segments for verification and consultation are effectively erased. Under extreme time pressure, human decision-making defaults to irrational lock-in, where leaders commit to the first concept that enters the room. AI-enabled delivery platforms, such as hypersonic boost glide weapons, are effectively ending that window. These weapons use AI for microsecond course corrections, maneuvering around defenses and evading early warning sensors until they are nearly on top of their target. The pressure to act before data can be verified creates the specific conditions for an accidental flash war. The weapon's sheer velocity successfully revokes the human's ability to think. A modern crisis scenario brings these three vectors, the security paradox, cognitive fog, and machine speed together. The commander inside the system is isolated, panicked, and overwhelmed by conflicting data. Paranoid from the AI arms race and blinded by spoofed data, they have exactly 3 minutes to act. The ultimate threat lies in a human mind collapsing under impossible AI-engineered conditions. This conclusion demands a shift in global policy. Fixating on the fear of AI in the nuclear trigger ignores the real-world mechanics of how modern escalation occurs. International regulation must instead target the delivery systems that compress human deliberation time. Preventing a nuclear launch in the 21st century requires protecting the human mind's capacity to choose peace.